Welcome to the show. Today I'm going to give you a demo, a little behind the scenes action at an app that I have used to automate my personalization. And I'm going to explain that because that doesn't sound like it mixes, does it? So this app is called Bonjoro, and you can actually, I'll tell you all about it here in a minute. But I'm going to give you a demo of this and how I use it and what I say in my videos to increase the relationship with my customers. And by the way, you do not have to actually have customers yet in order to use this. So that's what I find really cool about it. You can use it in a multitude of different ways, but it's been really powerful in my business, and so I wanted to share it with you. So here's the thing, we talk about live video here. By the way, if we haven't met, my name is Laria Petrucci, and I'm so thrilled to have you here today. I teach live video and strategy behind it, and how to make more professional live streams. But here's the thing, what I love about live video is this connection that I have with my audience, with you, with Robin and Kathleen and Inkfred and Dale and Kathleen and Amy and Todd and Jeffrey. Every single one of you I know something about. You're here on a regular basis. I love that connection that we have together in live video because it's such a powerful method of communication, right? So what I love about live doesn't always translate past the live video aspect, right? So let's say you watch a live video, and like many people have, you then become a customer of mine, and you maybe get one of our workshops, or you join the program that we just launched recently. Whatever that looks like, maybe you take that next step with me because we have had a great conversation. We have a lot of know, like, and trust, and I'm taking care of you here, right? And so let's say you take that next step. Well, what happens then? In traditional means, and traditionally speaking, you actually are. Once you become a customer, you get a series of onboarding emails. Sounds so automated, right? Because it is. So you get an email from me immediately, and you get all the information that you need from me, but that's not me personally sending you an email, right? And people know this. So in those emails, I always ask, hey, can you hit reply and let me know this particular question? So I am asking for some engagement from you at that point. But here's the thing, as much as I put effort into it, I probably get about like a 1% response rate on those things because people know it's automated. And so they're just like, they're like, she's not going to read it, right? Well, but I do read every single message that comes through. It's because it's really important to me. So what I'm saying is, if you take a look at like the live interaction that we get to have between us, and you translate that through to the customer relationship, it doesn't always translate as well, right? And so what I have discovered in the last couple of months, and what has really changed my world, is this app called Bonjoro. I heard about it from Pat Flynn. He did a live video talking about it and kind of showed how he used it, and I was like, wow. I signed up for it immediately, and I have been using it the last, less than 2 months, and I've done 270, I have it here in a second, I'll show you, but like 274 Bonjoros or something like that in the last less than 2 months. And it has made me excited in my business and my customer relationship. So what it is an app called Bonjoro, and you can actually type app to get the link, or you can head on over to livestreamingpros.com/Bonjoro, and the app will come, if you type it in the comments, it'll come to you via Facebook Messenger. Now, What it is a personalized video. So I'm going to show you how part of it's automated and part of it's personalized and why this is so powerful. First, I want to make sure that you know, like, why, this is something that I've used in the last 2 months. And then recently, the guys, the team they have been incredible to work with. They're super responsive. They take their own message seriously, and they spend personal time with their customers. So Matt and Ollie and Aman, you guys have taken great care of me, and I just want a huge shout out to the team over there. They're in London, they're in the UK and Australia. I don't know anywhere else. But anyway, so they came to me recently and said, hey, do you want to become an affiliate? And I said, of course I do, because I am already sharing this without being one. And so I might as well. So I do want you to know that I am an affiliate for them, but I also want you to know that I care so much about it. I mean, hopefully you can see my passion for this app, because it's not just because I'm an affiliate for it, because I have used it and it's changed my world. So let's get down into it. Okay, Barry is saying they have tech support in Colorado, London, Australia. So response time is always quick because it's diverse. That's fantastic. Okay, so let's dive into it really quick. Before we get to the demo part, I'm going to show you some of the responses that I have gotten as I send these emails out. These are some of the responses that have come back to me in email. It says, oh my God, this just blew my mind after receiving the welcome emails, the automated welcome emails that everybody knows are automated. I was just sure this would be the next one in the sequence, and I realized it's an individual message you recorded just for me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It made my day. Are you getting emails that look like this from your customers? If not, you should be trying Bonjoro. Hey, Luria. Hey, he's like putting in quotes. Hey, Mark, what? This was nuts. I love this. This is probably one of my favorites. You shot that for me and to me? Shut up. I thought that was a great response. Awesome welcome message. I'm looking forward to it. Love the nurturing process and the follow-up email sequence. I don't know of anyone who does it better. Why, thank you. That's awesome. Love the personal touch. Thank you so much for this message. I really want to know how you did that, and I had my name added. I thought this one was hilarious because she thought I was actually automating the personalized video. I thought that was hilarious. I had to tell her, nope, not quite. How nice to get a personal response, right? And it works. I think you're the greatest. This was the most amazing onboarding email I've ever received for any product. Personalized videos, that's next level. So you can see the power of what you can do with this app because of these messages that are coming through. Remember, I told you that even if I ask for some responses in that welcome email, I get probably a 1% response rate. I'm now getting about a 20%, 21% response rate to my emails. How amazing is that? Okay, so, all right, so let's get down into the demo itself. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through each step of this process so you can see exactly what's going on here. So first and foremost, I'm actually going to go ahead and subscribe me. This is a manual list I've created so I can test and play. But so I'm going to subscribe me. This is using ActiveCampaign, my email provider. And then I'm going to go over here into Bonjoro and see you've got the video that pops up. So it tells you, and this happens in email through the app as well, through the my iPhone. I believe they have Android apps as well. And so I get a notification. I say, okay, it's time to record a Bonjoro, and then I can go in here and I can hit record. So we're gonna hit record real quick. Here we go, and hey, I'm testing, welcome, woohoo, right? And so then you get to pick the thumbnail. And so I always look for something, there usually is more variety since it's a longer video that I'm recording, but I'll choose something either weird or funny. And then you get to write your message. And I would say, hey, welcome, right? And I will actually walk you through exactly what I say here in a minute inside the videos to get great responses, and then also what I put in text as well. So then we have this, so we're going to click done. And then you confirm it and upload it. Okay, so at this point, they have now gotten an email that looks something like this, and it says, Larry Petrucci from Live Streaming Pro sent you a message, and this is my message, and this is what I say in my text, something similar to this. Thank you. And hey, I have a quick question for you. So let's talk about why I say that. I say that to encourage a little bit of more opens. And I'll share with you my actual stats here in a second. But I am asking them to click through in that message. It's not just a, hey, welcome. And I literally do type out their name with each and every message. So they're looking at something that looks like this, and then they click through to watch it, and this is what it looks like. Now, this is branded, and this comes with the paid plan with the custom branding. But we just created a backdrop. Of course, our awesome graphics designer, Paul Dixon, made this for me, and then we put our logo on it, right? And so you can have this, and then they just play it. Oh, and I have my phone muted, or my computer muted and everything. So, but they play that, right? And then what we can do is then, then they either reply, then they either reply, or they hit thank you, or they click on your call to action button here. They can share it, things like that, right? So you can start to see, let me just ask you, can you start to see how powerful this can be if people are opening up your messages and getting a personalized video from you? So Joe says, wonder how scalable this is. I was thinking of using for my conference attendees after they register, but that could be as many as 750 folks in a short amount of time. Absolutely. So here's the thing. I just went through a launch of an early access program and had 107 people join, and I sent 107 messages within about a week, I guess. But so let's say you have 750. Let's say it's do the math. I mean, so here's if you do like a 30-second video, right? And you do I'm not going to do math live. I know better than that. Okay, but 750. Oh no, my computer. No, don't computer freeze. Oh no. My computer is freezing on me. Hang on. Will you do the math? Somebody do the math for me. Because, yeah, my computer is just crashed. Love it. Don't you love live? Okay. And Barry said, I signed up the second I got yours. Fantastic. So I'm going to get to more questions here in a minute as I pull things back up on my computer here. Now, the next thing that happens is, once they view that, then they send you an email, and you can have this kind of set up a couple of different ways. You can have Bonjoro take care of the sending. You can hook up your Gmail so that it sends through your Gmail, so you can see all of the ones that have sent, so all of this happens however you want it to happen. I personally connect it through to my Gmail, and then they just hit reply, and I get this, and I can have this conversation with them. And I actually have great conversations. I learn so much about my customers because of the things that I'm saying inside the video, which we're going to get to here in a second. So I actually want to show you my stats real quick. And these, now just be aware, these are not actually public yet, but hopefully those will come out soon. But the team at Bonjoro gave me my stats. And so this is what my stats look like. I've done 247 Bonjoros in just a little less than 2 months. And then we had an 84% open rate, 64% view rate, like click-through rate would be the equivalent. And so 77 people have actually hit thanks or some kind of reaction to that video. Now, it doesn't take into consideration replies, like email replies, but like they have the button that says thanks, and people have reacted to that, right? And so, 84% open rate, you don't get that in email, do you? 64% click-through rate, you certainly don't get that in email, in any email, right? I mean, does anybody have anything close to that, in your email campaigns? I'm highly doubting it. So 27% thank you rate, I guess, is what that would be. So let's talk a little bit about the scalability, right? And so what they did, the team at Bonjoro actually went through and did a lot of research from their entire customer base, and they found that 15 personalized videos was a sweet spot. And so if you can do 15 videos, you start to see some actual results at that point. So what they saw at that point was averages were about 77% open rate and 47% click-through rate, view rate. And so let's say you have 15 videos that you need to make in order to see some results. Then if there's 30-second videos, then you're looking at 7.5 minutes of your time. See, I'm not doing this live. I did that math before because I don't do math live. So 7.5 minutes of your time for 15 videos, that's nothing, right? We waste 7.5 minutes of our time every single day. So when you talk about scalability, like Joe was asking about, I would say, if you're going to do something like that, probably you have a team. Now, I happen to know that Joe doesn't have a team, but I would say, is this worth it to you, right? So you got to look at what is it worth to create an amazing relationship with a new customer. That was a terrible snap right off the bat. What is it worth to you? So is it going to be worth it to spend some time doing 750 videos if you don't have a team? Well, it may be a heavy load, but I would argue that it would probably be well worth it. And maybe you can find ways to spread that out over a little bit more time and adjust your messaging if you're like for the people that don't get it immediately, right? So there's a lot of different ways you could play that. Now, I mentioned, at the beginning of this, that it's not just customers that we're talking about here. It can be leads as well. So let's take it a step back between the live video. And by the way, on Tuesday, I talked a lot about it, and the link is in the description, a lot about how I engage people during a live video, build that know, like, and trust that encourages more of them to want to be taking that next step with me and becoming a customer, right? But first, they probably become a lead. They enter your world. Maybe you do a 5-day challenge or something of that effect. You could use Bonjoro for that as well. I mean, imagine if, I haven't started doing this, and I actually probably will soon because I'm readjusting some stuff, but my 5-day challenge that I have, I will probably start to do Bonjoros for them as well, because I want to make sure that even my leads, even the people who are just kind of coming in and haven't really paid anything yet, I want to make sure they're on board. If I'm going to do a challenge with them, I want them to be on board and take action during that challenge. Why? Because I don't want to do all the work that I do around here if people aren't taking action and getting results, right? So to me, it's worth it. You have to answer that yourself on whether that's worth your time, right? And again, if you have a team like Bonjoro, they spread it out. So you have the ability to assign to different team members. And so somebody could just assign, all the Bonjoros to different team members if you have multiple people. So let's talk about Actually, I'm going to give you a challenge right now since we were just talking about challenges. I'm going to give you a challenge right now to sign up for Bonjoro. And I have a 2-week free trial. So there's no money here. But you go sign up for it. 2 weeks, send as many Bonjoros as you can. And by the way, I'm going to show you how to set it up and connect it to your email service provider here in a second. But send as many as you can, get past that 15 number that creates results, and what does it do for you? If you spend the next 2 weeks thinking, all right, I'm just going to test it out and see if it's worth it or not. Maybe it's not worth it. Fine. If it's not, then what have you lost? Maybe, say 7.5 minutes of your time, right? But if it is, you'll know immediately from the reactions of your customers. Albert says, Bonjoro is great. Started using it as soon as I received Luria's Bonjoro to me. That's awesome, Albert. I love that. And I've had so many people turn around and, start using it because I sent them one. And, this is what I love about that. And what excites me about that is that it's like a pay it forward kind of campaign, right? Like everybody's seeing results now because I sent one single message, right? That's really cool. Okay, so let me dive into the Zapier. So I use Zapier for this process. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my computer. So Zapier is a program that allows you to connect services to each other. And so Bonjoro has some like native customizations or integrations is the word I was looking for. And then if they don't have one that you use, like ActiveCampaign is what I use for my email provider, then you can use Zapier to connect the two. And Zapier has I think thousands of integrations that are possible. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up to connect Bonjoro to ActiveCampaign, in my case, whatever it is in your case, and then you can connect the two and then start seeing those automations. Okay. So first and foremost, I create a new Zap. They call them Zaps, and I'm going to choose ActiveCampaign. And then I'm going to choose when a new contact is added to the list, and then save and continue. And then, all right, so ActiveCampaign, you have to connect an account if it's not showing up here. So you would have to log into your email service provider by connecting account. And then I'm going to save and continue. And now I'm going to choose a list, and I'm going to choose there we go. I'm going to choose Bonjoro Manual because that's my test list in ActiveCampaign. All right. And so then you fetch and continue. It's several steps, but it's easy enough. And then, all right, it's got it. And we continue. And now we're going to connect Bonjoro to ActiveCampaign. And we say, okay. And I'm going to use this one because that was a test before. All right. And so I want to make sure that the email address, we've got email. Okay. Customer email address. And then I want to know their first name. Oops. That's last name. Hold on. We're going to choose their first name. And then we're going to choose their last name. And then this is really cool. How I use this is I actually tag it. And thank you so much, Amon at Bonjoro, for showing me this. This would be Bonjoro Manual. So I'm tagging it with the name of the list so that when I get the Bonjoro, I don't have to go in and see, okay, I don't have to look it up. I'm automating this process. So I know what list they signed up to because I have many different products, right? So I need to know what I'm thanking them for because that part of the personalization is absolutely vital. Okay, and then we create and we connect. And then it goes through and it says, all right, and then you finish it out and you're done. So it's a really simple, easy way of accomplishing this. And that's all it takes to go through the process of Zapier. Now, Zapier has a free account, and then they have some paid accounts. I'm personally on the paid account because I have many different zaps. I think it's like 5 zaps that you can do with the free account, but I wanted more. So just some things to think about there. Does anybody have any questions about Zapier or that integration or anything that I've shared with you so far? Now I want to get into, I'm just going to take a quick moment to see if there are any questions, and then we're going to get into exactly what I say and why I say it and what I'm trying to accomplish and how it's been working for me, because you saw my open rates and my click-through rates or my view rates. I mean, they're pretty good, right? Like, they're better than the average that Bonjoro sees across their customer base. And I just want to share some tidbits that I've kind of adjusted over time to see what we can do. All right, so I don't see any specific questions. I see lots of comments about how awesome it is. Amy says, how great would it be to send to people you're looking to interview? Yes, I love that. That's a fantastic one. Like, they can't say no, right? Like, you want them on your show, you send them on Bonjoro, they can't say no to that. I mean, they could, but it would be a lot harder. And by the way, on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about several different ideas of how you can use Bonjoros to not only do like what we're showing here, not just customer relation type stuff, but also podcast interview requests and things like that. So if you have ideas that you want me to talk about on Tuesday, I would love for you to share them in the comments today so that I can share that additionally. Okay, so now let's get into exactly what I say and how I say it. So first and foremost, we had a question from Piotr on Tuesday's episode about why, how quickly I do them, and do I do them in bulk or what? Like, how do I arrange that? So the quicker you do it, the better. And why is that? Definitely once they sign up for something, they're looking for information about that, right? Like, they're in their email looking for that information. So the quicker the better. However, I don't always have the ability to do, like, if I'm in between tasks or whatever, I will grab my phone and I'll create a Bonjoro. But I also, if I'm going to go walk Abby, if I'm going to, I want to actually show you this, because if I'm going to go walk Abby, the Chihuahua, I'm going to do them out and about. So here's an example of how, I did like, a few Bonjoros just from the park that day, right? And these are all, I'm wearing the same thing. You can see that, right? So, but I choose like different thumbnails, different fun thumbnails to, this one, Abby is down there. You can barely see her. But, that is, if I'm going to be outside, then I'm going to do my Bonjoros outside, because that's a little bit more effective. It's actually way more effective. I've tested, Bonjoro actually told me this up front. It's better to do them outside versus like in your office. And so I tested that, and I definitely see an increase in response. When I'm out, it's more interesting. Like, it encourages people to actually click through. You'll notice here, this is when I was going to Podcast Movement. So I was at the airport. I was in an Uber right here, right? So like, I'm doing them wherever I am at the time, and people found that crazy and awesome. And so just that visualization of what people see when they see that email is going to help increase that click-through rate to then watch the video. Okay, so I at least do them once a day versus like once a week, because the quicker you do it, the better. All right, so now what I say, I actually believe that the more personalized your video is, the better it's going to be, right? And so I call out their name. First of all, I say, hey, Amy, thank you so much for signing up for, or I usually say, Hey Amy, welcome to the the mobile workshop. We have a workshop for 27 bucks. That's the mobile live video workshop, right? It's like how to do live video from your mobile and think about all the little things that make a big difference, right? So if Amy signs up for that, I'm saying, hey Amy, welcome to the mobile live video workshop. I'm so excited to have you here. You should have all of the information you need in terms of accessing that website or that training by now. Check your email. If you have any questions, if you hit any stumbling blocks along the way, please do reach out. I want to make sure that you know we're here for you. Myself, the team, we're going to get you taken care of. Then now I'm breaking away from the Bonjoro. So you see that first half of the video was, hey, I'm here for you. Thank you. Welcome. I'm going to take care of you. Like they know that we're here for them by one, the fact that I've sent them a personalized message. Two, I'm saying it. Please do reach out if you wind up with any questions. And then I go into the second part of my video and I say, and by the way, I would love to hear from you and what you're trying to accomplish with live video. What's your business? Where did you even hear about us from? Where'd you come from? So I'm asking 3 questions in there. One is where they heard about us from, because you got to know that's important, right? Like, you need to know what your marketing is doing, where people are coming from. 2, I ask what they're trying to do with the specific workshop that they've gotten. And then 3, I'm asking what their business is. And all of that information is vital to me to know my customer. And so I'm asking them very specific questions, and then they actually wind up, they do. About 21% of people are emailing me back and telling me, like, some people keep it to a couple sentences, some people send me a book, and I don't care. I love to find out more about my customers, and that's a really important piece to me growing my business, in my opinion, right? So and then, and then also one of the things that I'll do as well is if I see their email address and it's a real email address as opposed to a Gmail email address, and it's their business, I'll actually just spend, a few seconds going to their website, look it up. Is there anything interesting there that I can say, that I can connect to them and say, hey, Amy, welcome to the workshop. By the way, I took a look at your website. Oh, that is fascinating. I can't believe you're doing live, or you want to do live video about quilting. That's so cool. I love that, and then maybe I'll tell a story about a quilt or something, like anything personalized that you can connect, and really show them that you care, like I was talking about on Tuesday's episode, is really powerful. It's just really powerful, and it shows them that you care. Okay, so Howard says, sorry, I just stepped in. As Bonjoro, heard that the videos tend to get blocked more. So I haven't encountered that at all. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know any stats on that or anything, but I have not had that happen. Now I'm actually connecting Bonjoro to use Gmail so that doesn't happen. And so for me, I haven't experienced that. Now, if you guys want to try this out for yourself, and again, I want to give you a challenge right now. Type app in the comments below and you'll get the links to everything I talked about today, or you can just head on over to livestreamingpros.com/Bonjoro. And I, would love for you to try, it's a 2-week free trial, right? So you have 2 weeks, send all the Bonjoros you can to customers, to leads, to interviews, whoever that makes sense to you and your business, and see what happens. Do you get a good response from it? What can you do to increase that response, right? And I would just love to hear what it does for you and what your customers or your leads or your friends or whatever are saying about that, because I have experienced just incredible results with it, and that's why I'm sharing it with you today. And then if you want to take the next step with them, great. If not, if you didn't like it, then no biggie. But remember that 15 video rule. If you send 15, let's get to 20, right? Videos, Bonjoros, then you will start to actually see some results. And that's a stat that comes directly from Bonjoro themselves. Okay, so we have some questions. Sarah saying, can you use it on iPhone and desktop, or only one on the other? You can use it either way. So I'll sometimes do it. I'll mostly do it from my phone, but you can also do it from the desktop, and you can go back and forth as much as you want. So you can do one here and one there. So that whatever you want is available to you. One thing I was going to say, Mike from themembershipguys.com, he's a great friend of mine, and we were having a conversation. He actually said that one of the things that he does with his Bonjoros is he'll literally do this with a whiteboard. And I tested this, and it definitely got opened. So he'll, like, on a whiteboard write the person's name, and it'll be like, hey, right? So I actually am going to start using that. And because I do mine out and about, I have a whiteboard notebook. It's a fairly small notebook. So I'm going to carry that around with me and see if that increases my open rates or my view rates a little even more. So to go from 64, maybe I can get up to 70%. That would be awesome, right? Okay, so Howard says, I like the idea. I've been replying to tweets with video for a while, and people are super impressed. That's cool. It's easy, but no one seems to be doing it much. And this is going to change over time, right? Like, I think I hopefully more people put more effort into personalization and to actual creating relationships. I do hope that that's a thing that happens more and more and more, right? But the quicker you get into this kind of action, the better, because people are not used to it. And I gotta say, I'm a little nervous because I'm sharing like all my secrets, even what I say. So now I'm gonna have to change up what I say. Because you're going to expect, if you become a customer, you're going to expect this now. Maybe my open rates will actually change, will go up. But, you're going to expect it. So I'm going to have to keep like working to wow customers. So we'll see what happens on my side. But Joe, okay, that's a great question, Joe. I'm awful with pronouncing some of my customers' names. Whiteboard is a good idea. Here's the thing. I think the whiteboard could fix that, yes. But it doesn't matter if you're bad at it. What I always do, and I do this in my live videos as well, you see me do this all the time, is if I can't pronounce a name, like let me look for a name here. I know we had somebody in here earlier commenting. Okay, and this is one I've done. Othniel. So I'm not sure that I am saying your name right. So what I would do is I would be like, hey, Othniel, welcome. First and foremost, please tell me, am I saying your name right? I hate screwing up names. So please respond back and let me know if I got that right. And then I keep moving with the rest of the message. Like that kind of personalization people love because they love to hear their name. So I think that audible, in addition to the video, to the visual of that, is pretty powerful. So I wouldn't just rely on the visual in my opinion. Okay, so lots of people hitting or typing app. So again, if you want to try this and take that challenge that I've just given you, you can type app in the comments, or you can go to livestreamingpros.com/Bonjoro. Petra says, started my mail list 1 hour ago. Now it's connected to Bonjoro. Congratulations. I can't wait to start using it, first for my show, then my business. Barry says, maybe I'll make more sales so people actually get to hear from me. That's funny. Randy, not everyone looks as good on camera as you do. Some are hesitant to use video. Randy, we talk about this a lot here at Live Streaming Pros. You know it. We've talked about it specifically, Randy. And, you know, I am all about just being you on camera. Like, look at this. I am not all made up in these videos. Usually I'm doing Bonjoros with my hair up in a bun, with you know, my t-shirt on, my sports bra. Like, I'm just like, I am not made up. This is travel face right here, right? So like, I am not putting on makeup to do Bonjoros, and that makes it real, and that makes it human even more so. So I really wouldn't worry about that. If you're around here hanging out with me doing live video, you're gonna need to get used to being on video in the first place, right? And we've had lots of videos about that process, so find those at livestreamingpros.com if you're worried about that. Yes, Howard, if you can't pronounce a name, laugh at it. Joe says that's a great idea. Fantastic about the name thing. Petra says, question, I was a bit late today. I am very mad at you, Petra. Is there a perfect time for a Bonjoro? 20 to 30 seconds. So I don't think, you know, I haven't asked the guys, the team, see if they have any information on this. I'll ask, but I don't think that there's any perfect time for that. You know, if you have a lot to do, then you're going to want to keep it shorter, and people don't have time to watch a whole lot of video, right? So you want to keep it shorter as well. But mine are probably, I don't know, about a minute. And so, you know, I'm a talker, so plus I have specific things I want to get into the video. But you got to remember that those open rates, you know, are always going to be higher than the click-through rates. Because people are maybe in a public place, they can't watch a video, so they may not be ready to, and then they may forget. And so here's a cool thing. Let me make sure that this is up. I want to show you what you can do. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So I want to show you this. You can actually go back in and you can see if they've opened it. You can watch the video if you want, or you can resend it. So if they haven't watched it, because they opened it but they haven't watched it, then you can actually resend that video, which is pretty powerful because it might re-trigger. Oh, I was going to watch that, but I totally forgot. Kevin, hey everyone, just found a few minutes to pop in. Okay, watch the replay later, definitely, Kevin, because you're going to love this for your mission and your business. I think you're going to actually really like this. Hello, Charles, welcome. Todd, have you noticed a different open rate based on time of day you're sending? I've noticed a bigger, well, I haven't really dug in to like really make sure that this is like specific, but my gut feeling based on things, looking at data, is that the quicker I send it, the better. You know, like if they get it 2 minutes, 5 minutes, even within an hour of when they signed up, then they actually wind up responding a lot more. Okay. Howard says, I'm doing a great job paying attention to the comments and still conducting the show. Not easy to do. Thank you, Howard. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I've had a lot of practice, but it's one of the things I teach in terms of engagement and flow, show flow is what I call that. Prima, and that would be another name, right? Like talking about the names. I've asked Prima before, am I saying your name right? She says, is Bonjoro a way to embed a video in an email message? Yes. So Bonjoro is a personalized video. So you can try it out by typing app in the comments or livestreamingpros.com/Bonjoro. But basically so it's automated, and if you didn't watch my demo of it, go back and watch the beginning of this. But you can actually, it automates it in the fact that it sends you a message saying, hey, you have a new Bonjoro when somebody signs up to whatever list you tell it you want. And then you create the video either on the computer or your phone, and then it sends it for you. And that automation part behind the personalization is what makes it really worth it to your time. Yes, we are just in Q&A, Zach, at this point. Yes, you are going to need to go back and watch the replay because I gave you a whole demo. I talked exactly about what I say and what I do in my videos in order to create this really superb bond with my customers. So again, you know, wow, we've gone a whole lot longer than I anticipated, but I would highly encourage you to take that challenge. Go 2 weeks, send 15 to 20 Bonjoros or more, and get to that point of having results with 15 Bonjoros that I talked about, and send as many as you can. See what it does for you and your customers or your leads or your relationships, and then make the decision, like whether you're going to keep it or not. And if you don't, no biggie. But I have seen such powerful results from this that I would encourage you to do it in your own business, charity, whatever that looks like to you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Tuesday, I walked you through like live video engagement and then the process of how I use Bonjoro a little bit in a different way on Tuesday's show, last Tuesday's show, and that link is in the show notes today. But next Tuesday, I'm actually going to walk you through some ideas that other customers have done, things like what Amy suggested earlier with if you're trying to interview somebody, send them a video, right? So we're going to talk ideas of how and different ways that you can use Bonjoros. So I would love to have you join me. Then that's Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. And if you have any questions at all, please do leave a comment. I will try and get the answer from the Bonjoro team if I at all can. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.